Right, just jumping around a bit at the moment, but this is the details that need to be sorted before the body comes off the next time. So I think, as I said before, I've cut out this area to allow space for the interior light and microphone and various other sensors. So now to modify the this moulding bit I made. So that is going to bolt up onto a plate where I just said. Obviously I need to modify it to take the light, this thing. So Mark II, I've tweaked it a little bit so it so everything fits better. So this is the original cover for the cameras, and this is where the rear view mirror pokes through, so that will be like that. So I've widened it a little bit to cover there. Obviously it's not going to be silver, the final one. And then this, with its original clips, can poke through. Do it one-handed. There. And then trying to hold it all. So that's how that little assembly will go, roughly. So that's not quite centered. It's better. So obviously this is just mostly structural, and then I'll create a frame to go around there. In fact, this is the roof liner. So you can see this top bit is where the original moulding would have butted onto like that, and that's where the light would go. And you see I've copied those little slots. So now I'll see how the camera bits bolt in. I mean, already I think I'm going to chop these corners off and make it a bit more, well, I'll show you. So that will go up on there if I've centered it roughly right. You can see those poke out a bit too much, and if you look down from the top, maybe they're not too bad, but they're kind of interfering in the door opening from a plan view. So I'd like to get rid of those, or at least reduce them. It'll make it easier to sort of blend in a cover for the sort of the roof lining later. But yeah, see if I can fix on the cameras, and that should give me a nice start, and then I can weld on some attachment points to the spine before I take it off, finish welding everything, and yeah, finally weld it into place onto the roll cage. Okay, so a couple of clecos with the front ones, and I've chopped these corners off just to waste it away a little bit. I think I'm going to recess the light a bit further up. I can do this with one hand. So that will sit around there. I mean, it wouldn't be bad, but I think it would just make the transition for a sort of a headline moulding around the bar a lot easier if it's just closer up. So I think I'm going to lift that up 15mm and then put a little sort of vertical wall around that printed part around the side to support it. And then you can see up there, so I'll weld a vertical plate of metal on either side so this moulding can screw sideways into it, and that'll give it a lot more sort of vertical stability. It's well, obviously it's only clecoed in, but just the vertical stiffness like that, I think if I've got some more fixings just in there, that'll be a million times better. It's definitely coming together. Behind the scenes, this is version 4 printing. So I've switched and just trying out some PETG for the first time. I've got various different types, regular, I've got some PA6 glass filled, that's probably going to be for the final one. I've got a couple of different other PETGs as well, but originally I was going to try doing some light lenses and things with this, but I just don't think it's going to be suitable. So this is kind of spare, and it'll help see where mounting points are on the car and things, so I can mark out some bits, and if I need to adjust anything, it'll probably work better. So yeah, leave that going. It's another 3 hours after that one, and we'll see how it goes on the car. The other one, by the way, is split across where it mounts just by the roll cage, just because of the layer line orientation. So printing it up at an angle like this doesn't actually use any more filament. I was surprised. I thought the supports would use loads more, but this is about the same. So see how that goes. I came out to do a few things while that last print is finishing off. So these are the antenna that normally go across the main structural beam in the Tesla roof. This is a section from the roof. As you can see, I've just tacked on a few little brackets, and now that will go, if I can do this with one hand, box in. So at a slight angle to suit the roof, but that fits really nicely. And then I need a little bit of space above them, because these antennae have got these little push clips and the screws go through, so a little bit of clearance is fine. And also this centre bit, well, these centre bits are for the push clips of the roof lining, and also a rear light. I don't think I need 2 lights, but hey, maybe I will. But I can use them, those clips, to hold the new lining up. I'm also thinking that I'll probably end up cutting and shutting some of this shape. I'm sure I can use most of this going up to the windscreen and then shorten it and reprofile it to go around the sort of the front of the door, around this bit. So it will be a shorter section sort of going across there. Yeah, so I'll finish welding those little brackets on and then tack it into place. And that's another job ready for fully welding when the body comes off next, which is probably not going to be too much longer now. All right, not a huge job, but it neatens it up a lot. So there you go. It's the bracket just tacked in place, but those antennae are nicely, safely up out the way, and should get a really good signal just through the fiberglass roof skin. And it frees up a lot of space. I've just had so much wiring just lying around, and there's still more, but that's the beginning of tidying up. I've still got this FM DAB antenna module, various other bits and pieces, but it'll start to disappear slowly. And as I strip all these B-post things down, so I think the camera's going to go in the door. The card reader, still not quite sure. I could put it in the roof around here or here. Yeah, so that's one of them's a card reader and one of them's a Bluetooth receiver. I think it's just a Bluetooth receiver on the other side, so might be a bit tricky to have them under there. So yeah, I may well put them in that bit of the roof. So if I have to tap my card to get access, then that's where I'll have to tap. And first go at printing with PETG has been pretty successful. And also the reorienting that, so it's sort of at a bit of a funky angle, but it just means that the layer lines aren't in a weak position. Actually, I haven't actually tried this. I've done some tweaking. You can see there, I've done some cutouts where my finger's pointing there, so that will nicely slot up to this roll bar. Is that the right place? Yeah. So that's actually really neat. So I'll get the Clecos out. and then when the body's off I can weld some brackets to screw in sideways at the top there in front of the bar. Oh yeah, such a snug fit, it stays on its own. So. Okay, I'm sort of floating myself in here at the moment without the seat. So there's my view out the back. It's quite low, but actually I think it'll be fine. But surprisingly rigid, even with just the two clecos holding it. So once these, I've got some extra fasteners in the front and a couple at the back through these two holes. Yeah, really happy with that. I might drop the hazard light a bit further down because, yeah, it's not really benefiting. Well, I suppose it'll blend in with the roof lining moulding around here a bit better if it's higher up. And then I can just do a closing little panel around that. Lift myself up. Sorry. Just some finishing up around the front, but I'm going to leave. Oh, you can see the rain sensor poking through that hole. Yeah, nice and stiff. So once I do it in, well, either nylon glass filled or ASA glass filled or something like that, a stronger material, that'll be well up for the job. Oh yeah, I think the next thing I need to do, well, one of the million things I need to do, the sun visors will need brackets around here, and that's going to define to a certain extent where the interior roof lining is going to go. And obviously I need to do some brackets for the door shocks, the dampers, springs. I've got some chrome ones, as I said before. They're like, what are they, 800 newtons, so they're very stiff. I can't really close them on with my full weight, even though I'm probably a bit more than that, but hey, it's, yeah, they're stiff, so they really need the leverage. So I'll probably might end up making some thicker ones of these. They've got 8mm diameter threads for the ball studs as well, so it's a bit more. Yeah, really happy with how that's turned out. As you can see, I couldn't really put it higher because that's maintaining the same angle as the Model 3, and to go higher it would disappear up into the, well, it would go forwards because the GPS antenna is in this bit in the back, and that needs sort of line of sight, not metal. So yeah, and it couldn't go closer to the screen, and that's what it would have needed. So yeah, that's quite a good angle of seeing the mounting actually. See how it wraps around the bar. That's just made so much difference. I'll probably have to wait until the screen's in with the rubber as well, just to make sure I've got the right amount of space. I might probably modify this so it tucks right up against the glass. Obviously that's a bit further down the road. Right, let's had a bit of a welding session. Now the spine is sort of finalised. I also welded on this plate here for the back of the camera mounting. So they're drilled and tapped there. The forward two actually will go straight into the main hoop of the roll bar. These are temporary-ish, just to force the spine twisted. It's wobbling because that sticks out a little bit lower. So yeah, just a little bit of surface here and there, surface rust. So I'm going to stick it in my blaster, give it a bit of coat of paint, and weld it in. Alright, that's that blasted. Now let's give it a bit of paint. I remember why I don't use this thing so often. It sort of bleeds a cloud of dust And with this garage being so well sealed, it just floats in the air for hours or days sometimes. So, right, paint.